we are feeling the same, and it is time for the premier sports betting show. And this is the prime time anchor. So let's go ahead and jump to our first topic, which is going to be this. It's going to be the Ravens improved to 8-3 on the season with a blowout win of the Bengals, 34-20. But there was some bad news in that game last night for the Bengals. Joe Burrow out for the season, torn ligament in his wrist, and it's in his throwing wrist as well too. So it's just tough, man. It's a very, very tough day for Cincinnati Bengals fans. It's a tough day for NFL fantasy owners and everything like that. And it's a tough day for the NFL marketing department as well too. So that type of stuff is very, very, very important to the grand scheme of things in the NFL and everything like that. So with that, the Ravens still had a great performance last night. They really did take advantage of a team that was fresh off of a pretty tough game on Sunday. They played in a very tough game on Sunday, but they figured out some things pretty quickly in that game that really helped them out. But Burrow not being able to go, Burrow actually had led them to a 10-7 lead right after that had happened. Pretty much, he throws a touchdown to Mixon. His wrist, he goes for his wrist. He hits the ground, and next thing you know, he's in the back, and he's not coming back into the game. So this is what happens, man. This is the NFL, and it's a very rough game. That's all I can say. And when you look at the stats at the end of the night, Lamar did a pretty good job. 121.3 QBR last night, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times, but he threw for 264 yards on 16 of 26 with a 61.5 completion percentage as well, too. Gus Edwards was good on the ground, 2 touchdowns, 62 yards on 12 rushes, and Lamar was able to get 54 yards on 9 rushes last night. So the running game was very, very complimentary to the passing game last night. So that worked out fairly well. OBJ was able to get open last night and have some big catches last night that were able to yield him 16 yards on 4 catches last night. But they're a big blow to the Ravens last night was losing Mark Andrews, the Pro Bowl tight end, to a season-ending ankle injury. So they're going to have to figure out a way to replace that production. And it's probably going to wind up being Isaiah Likely, a guy who was absolutely a stud last year when he did come in to play for Mark Andrews and everything. So they should be all right in that accord. Last night, once again, the Ravens defense did step up to the plate. They only allowed 272 total yards last night. They had 5 sacks as well, too. And, they really made it sure that they didn't, ease up once the Bengals backup quarterback came into place. And they did a great job. I'm just going to be honest. Jamar Chase was held to 2 catches on 12 yards. T. Boyd, 3 catches on 22 yards. Their leading receiver last night was their tight end, Tanner Hudson. And their tight ends aren't even used that much. So that just goes to show you what type of game that was. But once Burrow got hurt, the Bengals were pretty much cooked. And that's exactly what happened. But the Ravens still look like a team that's very, very, very ready for a break. And they're not going to get a break until week 12. But they do get an extra 3 days off because they are playing on a Sunday night as well, too. So they got some time. You know what I mean? And they get to go to LA, of all places, as well, too. They might go to that trip early as well. So with that, that's going to be a wrap on Thursday Night Football this week. The Ravens keep themselves in first place at 8-3. They now have a 2-game lead over the Browns and the Steelers and a 3-game lead over the Bengals as well, too. But I would not say that they are a lock to win this division championship as of yet. But they did look really good last night, and they did keep their standing as one of the top 3 teams in the NFL by most of our rankings. So with that, let's go ahead and move forward and jump into our next topic. We're going to talk some Sunday talk about another quarterback that was hurt, but he's going to be replaced by this rookie